Hello and welcome to another episode of Stardust and Golden. Today we are launching a new series on our channel. This one's called Fame or Shame. Now what Fame and Shame is a review. I'm going to do product reviews and service reviews. And I'm also going to add in an extra element for any business that does or any company that has good customer service. There's a lot of companies out there that I've reviewed in the past that necessarily didn't have the best product in the world or maybe the best service, but they had a stellar customer service. And to me, that's golden because we're losing that daily. I mean, that's going by the way of the T-Rex and the pterodactyl. Basically, customer service in the future won't exist at all. And most of the times, if you ever tried to call for customer information at any businesses, and you had to go through, a half hour of pushing different buttons on your phone or going to a website and checking out their most common questions, and you can never get to an actual human voice. I'm from the old school days when we used to make a phone call to a company and there'd be a human there. We would actually have a conversation by voice, and I miss those days. I know a lot of other people do too. And I've talked to people all the time who says, hey, I tried to call Amazon or eBay and you can't, there's no phone number. You have to send them an email. And, just recently that happened to me. I had to call an app, a marine weather app. I can't mention their name yet because I'm still doing some business with them. I'm trying to figure out if we can resolve the problem. But there's a major weather type of app that a lot of sailors use all over the world. It's probably one of the bigger ones. And I needed customer service and I could not get it. I had to send an actual email and wait for 3 days for somebody to respond. Now, that's not bad. But if I was relying on that and I was, 4,000 miles out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and a typhoon was chasing me down, I would like to have that app work. But without a human contact, there's nobody that can say, oh yeah, all you have to do is, press this button and that button and your app will work again. And okay, most sailors don't rely on one form of navigation or one form of weather forecasting. So there are other forms, or you could use your SSB, or you could just watch the weather like we used to in the old school days and, watch the clouds, feel the water temperature, and check your barometer, and maybe get a weather fax. I know a lot of people don't know what that is, but we used to have weather faxes back in the day where we used to get a fax on our boat through SATCOM. So there are other ways. You shouldn't rely on just one, but I was very upset about the product and their customer service. Product's not so bad. I kind of like the product, actually. I really have high reviews for the product, but their customer service is bad. They're probably not going to make the fame. They're probably going to make the shame category. So anyways, today we are looking at, my first review is of the Helly Hansen foul weather gear. Okay, this wasn't something I really could afford because I stay on a micro budget, but I had a couple of friends that had them and I thought, yeah, I got to try it out because the one I had wasn't working at all. It was a very lightweight rain jacket, but it was from another company. It was very cheap and you would just roast to death on a summer's day. Even if it was raining and it was above 50 degrees, you were pretty much going to cook inside this rain suit. So I decided, well, I'm going to splurge. I couldn't afford the offshore one, but I bought the near coastal one. And I just recently bought this one for Stacy. So she's going to have this one. It's white. It's nice. We haven't really tested hers out yet, but I did test mine out last summer. I used it quite a bit in the rain and some foul weather. And I got to tell you, it worked out really good. And this is going to be, I can tell you right now, this is going to be a fame review, okay? These guys need some fame. It's well made, okay? It was not, I prefer products that were basically made in the U.S. I love products made in the UK and Germany and France and some of those countries too. This one was actually manufactured in China. And in my 45 plus years in the mechanical industry, I've learned that a lot of things made in China just don't hold up or last. This is different. I inspected this thing really closely, and all the stitching, the fabric, it was well put together. The only thing I do not like is it's single zipper. So if you're sitting down, it kind of crouches up. You can't really unzip the bottom and have the top still zipped up. And, the offshore ones, I'm sure you can, but this, again, this is coastal. It has a high neck band, which was really nice. So it goes up high on your neck, and it's got a very soft material inside, so it doesn't chafe your neck at all. Really nice. Very adjustable, a lot of Velcro, so you don't have to adjust a lot of straps. There is a strap on the waistline to tighten it up around your waist. It's very breathable material. I was able to breathe in this hot summer days, you know. On Lake Erie, we can have days where it's, 95 plus, and I was able to sit outside with this in the rain, and it wasn't that uncomfortable at all. It's got a very bright colored hood for visibility. Love that. That's a good feature. It's also adjustable too, so you can tighten that up around your head so it's not just blowing off. Strap hook. It's got one inside pocket that zips from the down to the up, which is really nice. I like that direction. Two other pockets on each side. There's one at an angle up at the top, a larger one at the bottom. Both of them have Velcro pocket covers. There is a reflective material, so if the Coast Guard's searching for you and you're battling it out there swimming in the water and the boat's gone, this might help, with a bright light plus the bright color. But I was very impressed with this. So what I did was I decided to really give it the torture test, and I like to do that with a lot of products. So we had a very massive storm front come through in, it was, I believe, 2 days before Christmas, 2022. And we had a major snowstorm. I think we had a foot or so of snow at least. The roads were impassable in my neighborhood. And it was gusting 45 miles per hour, so maybe 40 knots, 41 knots. And we went down to 15 degrees below 0 Celsius. I think 4 degrees Fahrenheit. So I decided that since the wind was really piping up and it was really cold, I was going to dress a little bit on the warm side, but not take my winter coat and just wear my Helly Hansen outside. So I went for a 1 mile walk in the middle of a blizzard with this. And I got to tell you, the review I have for that is remarkable. I stayed absolutely warm in this thing, not because there's really no liner. Okay, there's really no insulation in it, but it blocked all the wind that well. I had put the collar up all the way, so it was just under the jaw, basically. It's a very high collar, and then had the hood up, but I did have a knitted shoreman's cap on too. No gloves, and that was it. And it kept me warm for the mile walk in the blizzard at 4 degrees, or minus 15 Celsius. So this gets a fame. So I really like it. I did double check when I got home with it to inspect all the stitching to make sure that nothing had unraveled or come unloose. It's got really good stitching, and it's all triple stitched at the ends of the stitching lines. So that was a very good feature. So I got to say that I really didn't like putting out the $1 for this, but it turned out to be well worth it for me. And I'm very glad I spent it, because so far my tests have proven to me personally that every penny I spent on that was well worth it. And I can't wait to get back out on the water with that again. I feel very secure for hitting storms or, at least rain in that jacket. It's very nice. And the flap that goes over the zipper that Velcros in keeps all the wind from coming through the zipper. And again, the only drawback I found on it so far was it didn't have the double zipper. So if you were sitting at the helm, you could zip up the bottom so it didn't crunch in the chest area. But other than that, it's a great jacket. So I'm going to say that Helly Hansen is definitely a fame on this episode. And stay tuned, because I will continue to do this in the 50 plus years that I've been boating. I've used a lot of products, and I'm going to continue this series to, evaluate or review products. So new sailors or new boaters that are just getting in the field, could take a look at it and say, hey, maybe I'll try it, maybe I won't, but again, it's just my opinion, it's my review, it's not carved in stone. So please just use it as an example, And if you want to contact me or you have something that you want to see reviewed, I leave my name and contact information on each video or in the comments section. So please get a hold of me if you would like, or if you have any questions. And please subscribe to the channel if you can, or, leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.